What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you are new to the channel, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out. And with this video, we are jumping into Justice League Incarnate, issue number 3. If you haven't been keeping up with this line, go ahead, check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It's going to get you completely caught up on everything going on in this run. And what we have seen so far is our Justice League Incarnate traversing the multiverse, trying to stop Darkseid from taking over the power that is inside the crack in the multiverse. The only issue is, this crack in the multiverse, the darkness that lies beyond it, many villains are trying to grasp this power. It is not just Darkseid. And so heroes from many different Earths are having to band together to try to seal this crack and stop this power from being unleashed on the Omniverse. Now be sure to buy the comic, support the industry, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this issue, we are dropping into Earth 41. And we have the Nimrod Squad. The squad made up of Calamity, Flintstein, Point Break, the Scorpion, and a handful of other individuals. They were all about to beat down Captain Carrot. That is, until Spore had interjected. Saving Captain Carrot's butt, he lets them all know that Captain Carrot, he is a friend, and currently the multiverse is in danger, and they are gonna need the help of Nimrod Squad. Because Spore, when his human body had been killed, his soul had formed a symbiotic relationship with the Green Spore, giving him a unique bond not only to his Earth, but every single one in the multiverse. And he knows it like everyone else, that the darkness is coming. Whatever caused that crack in the multiverse, it awoke something that was on the other side. And now, the Annihilator is attempting to open up whatever power is inside of it, letting them know that they will need Cyborg Squad, Wildcats Wetworks, Point Break, and Dino Cop. But that's when we pick up with our House of Heroes, with the children of Darkseid crash landing on some Earth. They are not sure who survived this, but many of the parademons, almost all of the parademons, they have all been killed in this ordeal. And of course, the Batwoman who laughs, she has made it through. She has lived, and she is letting them know that she is getting out of here, letting them know she has no wants to fight them. In fact, she is trying to get off this planet as quickly as possible, and if they are smart enough to realize where they are, they should leave as well. With her opening up a boom tube, we see the Batwoman who laughs disappear. And in all the wreckage, we have Thunderer and Mary finding Dino Cop, trying to see if there are any more survivors, not sure exactly where they are. They need to figure out what Earth they are on and figure out how they can get out of here, how they can communicate with the rest of Justice League Incarnate, to check and see maybe there are some allies around here that we can align ourselves with and be able to find an exit. The only issue is that this is Earth 7. Earth 7 was the first universe targeted by the Gentry. They disabled the laws of physics and they killed billions, humans and superhumans alike. The sole survivor had been Thunderer. This planet is the lair to the empty hand. And the last time we saw the Gentry, they were building their Oblivion Machine. Recognizing where they are, they want to find Orion, find Aquawoman, and leave this hellish land as quickly as possible. But that is what takes us to Earth 31, because our Justice League Incarnate, they were spread across the Omniverse. And we find Avery, aka the Flash, on Earth 31. And she is currently being made to walk the plank by Captain Blackbeard. Lucky for her, Captain Wonder comes flying in. With them dropping down on their lassos, they come to save the day. Donna of Troy sweeping in to grab Avery before the sharks eat her, taking the magical restraints off of her that are keeping her speed in check. We see her take out all of these pirates in one swift move. And with them doing a little investigation into Captain Blackbeard's treasure chest, what they find are comic books. And not just any comic books, but Justice League Incarnate. The very comics that we are reading right now, Avery has found. And that's when we're dropped into Earth 33, picking up with President Superman and Dr. Multiverse. The two of them are now finding themselves on a world where they have no powers. Because Earth 33, there is a membrane that surrounds this Earth that only ideas can get through. Going through takes away all of their power. Now, for those that don't know, Grant Morrison, he did once say that this is a reflection of the real world, of our real world. And many of you are going to know this from the Multiversity guidebook. And that is because Superboy Prime inhabits this planet, or at least that is what was said. And with the two of them being stuck on this planet, they go to a comic shop. They begin to read through the comics and see exactly what is going on. And they know that they need to make a comic book, believing that this is the way they communicate with Justice League Incarnate. If they make a comic book, maybe, just maybe, it will be read, and they can get some kind of rescue. And so they get to work, with days turning into weeks. And the two of them, they slowly start to form a relationship. We had seen them kind of hit it off before, but now being alone, spending all of this time together, they are finally getting the opportunity to see if this relationship can really work out. And in their time here, President Superman, he meets an individual from DC Comics. His name being Ulrich Saxman. Now, this is not someone that actually works at DC Comics, claiming to be an editor, saying that he can help them get their comic book published. And so with them trying to make a comic book, we are taken to Earth 26, because we have our Flashpoint Thomas Wayne currently working with the Zoo Crew. And really, Thomas, he's a brooding, angry kind of guy. So him being around all of these cartoon individuals, it's driving him crazy. And though they are greatly appreciative of all of Thomas Wayne's help, he is ready to get out of this place. And as soon as he says those words, we see the arrival of the Flash. As she has been pouring through comic book for days, trying to find them, she is able to transport them out of this place, with Avery being the hope that they needed. Grabbing Batman and getting him out of Earth 26, we pick back up with President Superman and Dr. Multiverse. Their relationship has been going on for quite some time now. Being here for almost 3 months, their relationship has built up and it has fallen apart in just that amount of time. Recognizing that they're probably better off as just teammates, we can feel the animosity between the two. But they set all of this aside, with their comic book being the most important thing to do. Their editor from DC Comics lets them know that he has a tweak he wants to make to the comic. He wants Darkseid to win. And picking up in the office, President Superman and Dr. Multiverse have to ask why. Why could you possibly ever want Darkseid to win? And he says it's for dramatic effect, that it is absolutely necessary to the story, that the heroes must fall. They have to fall to get back up and take Darkseid on. Now, these two, obviously, they're not going to agree to this. In no way, shape, or form would they ever allow Darkseid to win. No matter the content, no matter the form, regardless if it even is just a comic book. They know the ramifications, and they refuse to let Darkseid win, ever, no matter what. But in the middle of this discussion, we see Batman and the Flash. With her pouring through these comic books, she was finally able to find them. Because of the membrane that is on this planet, they don't have much time. She reaches out to them, letting them know that they need to leave and they need to leave now. With Avery telling Dr. Multiverse that her powers, they do work here. She is freaking Dr. Multiverse. She is scared to use them. She is not sure of herself, and that is why her powers cannot work here. But this is when things go sideways very quickly. And that is because our editor, he is no editor at all. In fact, he is Darkseid, portraying himself as this individual to try to get them a passage out of this planet, hoping that Dr. Multiverse and President Superman would find this conclusion much sooner sitting in this place for months, buying his time. Now, time moves differently here. So for Thomas, for Avery, it wasn't 3 months. For Avery, it was a couple of days. For most of them, it was only a few days, unless they were on Earth 33. And with all of them jumping into this portal, we are picking up with the Battle of the Annihilator. The Annihilator holding the crack in the multiverse, making him extra powerful. We see the Cyborg Corps and all of the other individuals doing the best they can to battle him off, with Captain Carrot turning around to find Darkseid and Justice League Incarnate trying to hold him back, trying to stop him from getting to that crack. And though they try with great effort, this is Darkseid, shrugging them off like they are absolutely nothing. His eyes are on the Annihilator, the one grasping on to the crack in the multiverse, with the Annihilator not willing to give up this newfound power. With Darkseid willing to take it over, we see the Titans clash. And as their battle rages on, Justice League Incarnate, they're trying to figure out what to do here, thinking maybe we send the crack to another Earth. Thomas Wayne and Dr. Multiverse both opposing this idea because they have found themselves running from Earth to Earth to Earth. This has not been productive, and this has not stopped anything at all. That they might have to accept Barry Allen is going to be stuck on the other side of that crack. That closing it is far more important than getting Barry Allen out. Though they love him, though he is a friend, he is a team member, they cannot sacrifice all of the Omniverse. They can't sacrifice him getting that kind of power and wielding it against everybody. And so Dr. Multiverse, she jumps into action, with Darkseid currently held up, having the Annihilator overpower him, and this is only because he is holding on to the crack. The Annihilator has become so powerful, he can take on Darkseid, but Dr. Multiverse has every intention of stopping this fight. Grabbing onto the crack, this is exactly what Darkseid had anticipated. With the Annihilator getting incinerated, we see Dr. Multiverse fall down to the ground, with all of our heroes surrounding her, with Darkseid standing next to them just smiling. And as he smirks, he lets them all know that Dr. Multiverse, she never had the power to close this. She could only contain this power. That way no one can exploit it. And Darkseid tells Dr. Multiverse to tell them, let them know. She tells Justice League Incarnate that Darkseid has to win. And this is when we jump over to Earth 7, with Dino Cop, Mary, and Thunderer all waiting for the arrival of Orion and Aquawoman. Seeing them off in the distance, they are running at full speed, and they have come to warn them that the Gentry, they have finally completed their Oblivion Machine. What they did not anticipate is they turned this entire planet into that machine. Earth 7 is the Oblivion Machine. And with the ground crumbling at their feet, with the machine about to be turned on, as the end starts to begin, we see the empty hand, and he lets us know that the darkness is coming and worlds are about to collide. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I really have been enjoying Justice League Incarnate because we're getting to see a whole array of characters from the entire DC mythos, jumping from Earth to Earth to Earth, from the Multiversity guidebook to stuff that is completely thrown back. Characters that we haven't seen in years are making an appearance. And I think that's what I like most about these stories, is that it's taking us away from the main DC continuity, with everything going on in Warworld and Gotham City, so on and so forth. This is the bigger picture. It's not just one planet, it is every planet. And we can planet hop all day, introduce any characters we want. We can buff any character, we can nerf any character, we can use Darkseid however we like. And this is all small scale in comparison to what is about to go down. With the empty hand, with this darkness making its arrival, we have to assume that the only reason Darkseid has to win is because of the empty hand, because of the darkness. That he is the only one that will be able to combat this power, to stop it, and to ensure it doesn't fall into the worst of hands. This might be the only way to save the multiverse, to save the greater Omniverse. And I really do enjoy the idea of the Gentry, of the Empty Hand, the Annihilator, Cyborg Squad, like anything you can imagine, they are just throwing at us. Now that might get a little tiresome if they continue on this same path. But with this being the beginning of the end, if you will, it's going to be very interesting to see how the Empty Hand is going to be incorporated into all of this, and the final showdown with the inevitable fight against Darkseid. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you have not yet, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out, and until the next breakdown.